The city never sleeps, and neither do the dreamers who build its pulse. From every corner of the globe they come. Visionaries, creators, leaders, each carrying a spark ready to ignite the world. This is not an event, it's a revolution of rhythm and reason. A symphony of minds, a movement of momentum. Sifu Rafael, Lancelot, Jose Escobar. Together they set the stage for brilliance. This is the NYC Experience Mastermind. Light up the city. They coming from the east, coming from the west. Knowledge on deck, put the truth to the test. Leaders in motion, hearts in sync, dropping wisdom so deep it'll make you think. They bring stories, sweat and flame, different faces, one shared name. Elevation, that's the sound. NYC Experience Mastermind, where purpose is found.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's going on, gentlemen?
Good morning, gents.
I don't want to wait, but let's go ahead and bring Monique on the stage. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Monique.
Morning, Monique. How you doing?
Good morning, my brothers. I'm so excited to be here this morning. I'm coming in from Phoenix, Arizona.
Whoa. What's the time like out there? What time is it?
We're in mountain time. So I'm 2 hours behind you.
Oh,
I just found out very recently that Arizona switches between Mountain and Pacific time quite a bit.
That's right. Actually, what it is it doesn't switch.
Oh.
But when we do daylight, we switch and it stays the same.
Oh.
I just found out at 3 o'clock this morning. Mountain time.
So it's like 5 o'clock your time then, right?
That's right. Yeah.
She texted me at 4 in the morning. See you in a little bit. I'm like an hour and change.
Wow.
Because when you text me at 3 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to respond, right?
Absolutely. You're up.
When you texted me, I was already showers about the house because today's going to be a beautiful long day, longer than yours. But it's just, I left my house and then I'm going to be home tonight. So it's going to be a nice beautiful night for me today.
Nice.
Well, what a way to start the day, right?
There you go.
Absolutely. So today I rewrote a story of your life. Let's even think about that. What does that mean to anybody here? What does this mean?
For me, It just makes me aware that we're constantly writing our story. And sometimes we forget that. Everything we say, everything we think, how we show up, we're constantly writing our story. So we always get to rewrite anything that happened. I was introduced to a practice this last weekend about at the end of your day, going through the day and literally rewriting anything that didn't go the way you wanted to, and how it just redirects our neurotransmitters. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Look who's on, Jose. Doug is on.
Yeah, I noticed. I saw the comments here. That's awesome. Good to see you, Doug. Good morning. And
Good morning, Doug. How you doing? Yeah, so Sifu, ask that question one more time, only because I didn't get it.
I think I'm cutting in and out. Jose, do you notice that I'm cutting it out?
Yeah, your internet's kind of like iffy.
All right. Something I'm going to leave this one and I'm going to cut in another one. So that's me rewriting the story of my next. You got that?
So, Lancelot, the question is rewriting the story of your next level. What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, I think rewriting would be every day we're rewriting somewhat because we're not who we were the day before. We're a little better. Each day we're trying to gain a little more knowledge, gain a little more wisdom, work a little harder, so that we are better than we were the day before. So to me, rewriting is an everyday process, and you look forward to it because each day you're rewriting and building on what you were yesterday. I am not who I was yesterday. I am who I meant to be tomorrow. And that's what I feel rewriting is about. It's just constantly adding to who you already are.
I love that. For me, I would say it's about the idea that we hold the pen in terms of the writing of our story, right? We have the pen, we choose what we put in it, and at the end of the day, we can have as many drafts as we want, right? There is no one or two drafts and that's it, call it a day, and you have to have a final draft. Like some people sprout in the third stage of their life, right? The third quarter. Some people are going to come full force, like the owner of KFC in the fourth quarter of their life, in their late 70s. Some people are going to be pursuing something powerful at 82, like Terry Yaffe, right?
Terry, that's my girl right there, Terry. Yes.
People are going to come out at their highest selves at like 25, like Andra is doing right now at the young age of 25, doing amazing things, traveling the world and impacting lives. Everybody is different, but the cool thing is that we have the pen and we choose how many drafts we want, and we can continue to rewrite our next level. And our next level, guess what? We never hit that top level because life is a constant journey, right? So wonderful, wonderful pen there, Sifu.
By the way, I don't know if you can use a pen to write into the journal that you're going to receive. Join us December 6th and 7th. And earlier, I'm going to do some, look at, the journal got bigger. Look at my face, right? and Lancelot, hold yours up. It's smaller, right? So, but because we keep growing, and that with the New York Experience, yes, there is growth that happens with the New York City Experience. So everyone's going to get one of these who comes and join us. And there's this really cool pen, flick around a little bit, like instead of clicking, you can see it. That may be coming to New York Experience. Sure yet. Well,
I'm very excited about those books because I utilize those on a daily basis. So,
and why do you use yours? Why do you use yours?
I use it every morning to write down my gratitude journal. So every morning I get up and I write what I'm grateful for, and I have that New York City book with things that who was it? Jose had wrote to me, and it was a few other people, because when we first got the book, everybody wrote something down in each other's book, and Jose was one of the people that wrote my book. So I read that every morning, and then I write my gratitudes. So I utilize it.
Love that.
Jose, you must have written something way more than I did, because I wrote in that book.
Well, whenever I write into something, I almost kind of like write a book within a book, right? Because I tend to go a little lengthy. A lot of times when I get like cards or I get something like a thank you note, it's usually like a sentence or two, which I think is like normal standard courtesy. But I tend to overwrite. I tend to overwrite and write this like big old thing. So that's probably why you're reading it like that.
I gotta tell. I really want. So can you guys hear me better? Is this a better option? Okay.
You're going in and out, but we can hear you for the most part.
Oh, I don't know what's going on in my life.
I hear like 75% of what you say.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm only going to say these things. Every word. Here's a crazy thing, right? It's going in and out. How's that? It sounds better, right? Echo.
Thank you, Mandy. Yes.
Thank you. So I apologize to everyone. So what I want to do right now is, if you can hear this, New York City Experience allows us to engage with others and create something grand along the way. And I've done that. And I'm going to share something with you. And this is happening because of the New York experience. Happening the day after Thanksgiving. So is it okay if I share this with you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Unify leadership. Let's move. Let's lead. Let's ride. Unify leadership. Light the flame, turn it up loud. Remember the name. Unify leadership. Power and pride. We don't just talk, we testify. Unify leadership. Heart and grind, purpose and rhythm, perfectly timed. Bass hit heavy, croppers and rhythm, purpose and rhythm, perfectly timed. Bass hit heavy, crowd on sway. Culture clay, truth and play. Sifu Rafael, calm control, leaders in sync. Hearts of gold, focus sharp, the mission clear. Every step forward, silence the fear. Discipline, dripping, confidence, how we move together, we amplify. Who we are, unified. What we lead, unified. Stand tall, unified. Every time, unified leadership. Raise that bar, leaders in rhythm, born to spar. Raise that bar, leaders in rhythm, born to spar. Steady and true, the sound of the few that follow new. Strong alive, this is the beat where leaders thrive. Unified leadership.
Any
Yeah.
thoughts?
I like the music.
I'll tell you
That's
right
hot
now, I would listen to the podcast just because of the music.
music. Absolutely. Unified leadership.
Well, you know who produces those things, right?
You,
Yes, sir.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Every bit of that is me, the music, the lyrics, the video, the editing,
Love it.
everything.
You have
That's
a
amazing.
creative force, my good man. A creative force. I love it.
Well, I am
Yes.
inspired by everyone here because I don't think this by myself, right? Every time that we have a conversation, I get inspired. So let's keep having conversations because life is about being inspired or being inspired. I rather be inspired, and this is why I have conversations with you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard for me to jump in because I don't know when you're done, but I'm going to jump in assuming that you're done because of the choppy piece. But well, since we're talking about next level, first of all, unified leadership, I think is amazing. TL Clay is phenomenal. You're amazing, Sifu. So I can't wait to tune into that. And also, full disclosure, if I look tired, it's because I am. I was sleeping an average of 3.5 hours the last 3 days. Because I was hosting an event, as you guys know, Speaker Mastermind Live, 2 of which I got to hang out with Sifu Rafael. Very successful event at the Omni Bedford Springs. So shout out to all of you who were there and were in there in person. It was just a great event, great time. So in terms of today's topic, rewriting your story, in terms of next level, I can tell you without question, you cannot step into a new level, a new place with an old identity.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We have to constantly chisel away at ourselves. We have to constantly be in a position to want to be a better version of us in order for us to get to another level, right? Your business is going to grow only when you grow. Right? So we have to grow individually, and then by default, the people, places, and things around us tend to grow. Because remember, success is an identity game long before it becomes a strategy game. It has to be an identity game. And you cannot get to new levels, which is what we're talking about, if you have an old identity. So take the time to make sure you're growing. That's why I put on events. That's why I was, a part of a host for the Speaker Mastermind Live 2 this weekend, because we're creating the environments for people to grow. That's why I'm hosting, along with Sifu Lancelot, the New York City Experience in December, because again, we're creating the environments for people to come and to grow. Because if you want to go to a new level, that requires a new you.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. I just adore that, Jose. And I am so lucky because I met Jose at a mastermind in Jamaica. I was just the plus one. I thought I was just going to go to Jamaica. And I met Jose Escobar, and my entire life changed. I I I said yes to being a part of the Connected Leaders Academy, and then I met Sifu and then Lancelot, and all of a sudden, I'm sponsoring the New York Experience Mastermind, and I'm hanging out. I got 3 new brothers. I mean, you just never know what's gonna happen to you when you show up, right?
Absolutely. You know, showing up and saying yes are two of the most important things, and getting out of your own way. Sometimes it's a matter of being in situations, having enough guts to take that step forward. And then once you take your embracing everything and everyone around you,
Right.
saying yes. And then once you say yes, you find yourself in different situations. Last week I was in Florida because I met a person months ago who then introduced me to another person who then got me an opportunity to be on the TEDx stage. But that's all because of being and understanding how to say yes and then take chances. And that's the most important thing. You have to take chances as you're growing. And you have to get out your comfort zone because comfort is where dreams go to die. So you must step out your comfort zone and do things that you would not ordinarily do. And then you find yourself in unordinary situations.
That's good stuff, Lancelot. And yeah, Monique, I am, first of all, I'm equally blessed to have met you in Jamaica. And we met in Jamaica right before, like just weeks, I think like a month before this whole thing went down with the hurricanes. It was like divine
That's
timing
right.
that we were in and out safely and got to experience the people and the culture and the food and the environment and just the whole thing. So shout out to Moxie Tribe, Jeremy Howell, and
Yay.
and Bobby, and so on and so forth. So in terms of something to consider, right? Just if we, because we have to ask ourselves questions. John Maxwell talks about the importance of asking the right questions, right? And too many times we don't ask ourselves the right questions. A, because we're moving too quickly, and if you stay in the fast lane, you don't have time to reflect, right? And if you're not reflecting, then you're not going to develop new insights that are going to propel you to the next level of yourself. So as they say, sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. So a question we should ask ourselves is, who is the version of me that I need to become in order to sustain the level of what I'm praying for, right? You know, how many times we're always praying for that next level of like, I want to be here, I want to be here, I want to be here. And we're praying for these next levels, but we are not prepared to sustain it. We are not prepared to handle it. A lot of times, like, I want to make 6 figures. Well, do you have the discipline that it takes to maintain 6 figures, right? I want to be able to impact 1 million people. Are you the best version of you to be able to lead 1 million people, right? So remember, if you're praying for certain things, the Lord is only going to give you what you're prepared for. So the question is, are you prepared for that next level version of you, right? What beliefs are you like holding on to, right? What's inside these inner beliefs, these automatic negative thoughts? What are the beliefs that you're still holding on to that belong to a past version of you, not the future version, the next level that you're after? So these are things you got to consider.
I love it. Hopefully I'm coming loud and clear, because when we believe we can achieve more, sometimes when we're alone, we can only what we alone can come up with. But when we join other incredible minds, then we become a mastermind. And one of that has happened because I'm just going to say it out there, and I'm going to everybody just soak in what's going to happen, because Monique and I are creating something huge. And it hasn't come out yet, but we're in the process of creating something huge. Only happened because of 2 things. One, she joined the CLA. She and I, probably one of the first virtual coffees that she had through the CLA.
That's right.
Second, we were on a rooftop, New York City. An incredible idea, kind of both of us almost same time, and we both said, "Oh my God, we have to take action on this," and we are taking action. And something big is coming in 2026 from Monique Sifu. So be inspired, and that all happened because we both knew we had to be in the right place at the right time. But if you stay home, sit on the couch, watch Netflix, and you can do that during the week. But when it comes to showing up for an event, you need to say yes. You never know who you're going to meet. I never knew I was going to meet my, and now she's my sister, Mister. So there you go.
That's right. The power of saying yes is so important. So important. So those people out there that are on the fence about December 6th and 7th, say yes, because I promise you on the other side of that is some new and improved, a new and improved you. But the most important thing is you got to get in the room. That's very important. You got to get in that room.
It's amazing because Sifu was like, "Hey, guess who I'm hanging out with this weekend in New York?" And then we're gonna end up on a rooftop and go. He's like, "Yeah, Lancelot and Monique," and I'm like, "What?" And it's just amazing to see the power of connection, right? It's amazing to see
Absolutely.
the domino effect of one decision that could lead to an opportunity that sometimes leads to a person, right, or vice versa, that just ends up having this domino effect of impact in people's lives. And we unfortunately don't see that far. We cannot see the full staircase. We can only see the next step. And you have to have the faith and the execution, right? Faith and execution, there's two different things, right? So you got to have the faith to say, I know the next step is there. I know this is where I should be going. I feel good about this next step. But then you got to have the ability to execute. And so many people cut themselves off of success because they don't have the ability to execute, right? So you ask yourself the question, what is my next step? If I'm trying to rewrite my story to the next level, know what Monique said at the very beginning. She said it's not fixed, right? Your story is editable. You can actually edit your story as many drafts as I said along the way. Remember, very importantly, you are the author, not the audience of your
That's
own
right.
life.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
You are
You
the
are the
author,
author,
not
not
the
the
audience of your own life, right? Stop being on the sidelines of your own life. Right.
Right.
You can pick up the pen at any time and write your own version of you that I've already mentioned earlier, right? And unfortunately, the reality for many people, and I can say this because A, I've been there before, and B, I have had many extensive conversations with people, and usually these conversations I've heard at the meeting after the meeting after the meeting is where these deeper conversations happen,
Absolutely.
right? Because most people hold their cards of life really close until they feel comfortable sharing things with you. And I can tell you, I've heard many times, multiple times, the idea that people have accepted,
Morning, Emilio.
they have accepted the stories that have been written by someone else,
Oh, yes.
right? Like their parents, perhaps, or a teacher in school, or a former coach, or past mistakes, or even your comfort zone. Right? These are stories that are being written for you while you're on the sidelines and you're just accepting it every step of the way. So stop doing that, right? Remember, you have creative control. You control what this looks like, and you can edit this at any given time.
At any time. That's right.
Oh, Jose, I love that so much. I always say,
Mm.
you have no in your pocket.
Oh,
You
that's a good one.
always have no.
That's a good one.
No is in your pocket all the time. But life is constantly giving you opportunities to lean in, and start listening and speaking with your own voice rather than the voices in your head. I was holding space last weekend for transformation. It's one of my favorite things to do, right? And so life has given these darling souls an opportunity to step into the next version of themselves, that next level. And as I'm holding space for them to do that and just ushering into the next level of them, the stories that come up of why, and they start to argue, I should say we, because we all do this. We start to argue for our limitations and for all of the reasons why. You know, we're talking about 2 amazing days in December in New York, y'all. Like, who doesn't wanna do that? But I'm hearing all of the excuses of, "Well, it's the holidays. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, and what if something better comes along? Or am I gonna get to speak or no?" Right? All the reasons not to step in, not to lean in. And why? Because even though it's painful, even though we feel like it's more comfortable, our mind is constantly trying to keep us safe,
Safe.
keep that status quo. So we stay with what we know because we don't know what's on the other side of expansion. And there are always moments that life will give you to step into an adventure, to step into the new iteration of who you're born meant to be. Please, I invite each and every one of you within the sound of my voice, say yes. Write a new story.
Yes, yes. And just realign with who you are meant to be.
Yes.
Because we were all meant to have greatness and be great, but we tend to, over the years, suppress it. So it's realigning yourself with who you already have inside of you. And how you do it is by first and foremost getting in the room, but also connecting with other people, like-minded people like yourselves. And you build from that. You build from their energy. As the great Emilio Roman always says, when you're in the room with people that are successful and you're rubbing elbows with them, you become 15%. You step up your productivity 15% just by being in the same room. Vice versa, when you're in a room with people who are negative, your productivity drops down 30%. So what does that
Wow.
mean? Get away from the negative knuckleheads and get with people, in your same direction. Get in that room with us and connect for real. It's not about networking. It's about truly connecting in a way that you get to meet a person and you know that person and you want to work with that person, not because of what they have, because of who they are. Give them an opportunity to learn about who you are as an individual.
You know what? I'm about to say Sifu. You know what, Lancelot? I'm gonna tell you what Sifu's thinking. Since he's going in and out, I already know what he's thinking, right? Because we have this is it telepathy or telepathy or telepathic telepathy. There we go. Yeah. As you can see, it's still early, and I'm still technically in Omni Bedford Springs in my brain. But I've got to say, to piggyback off of what you said, a question to ask, because remember, questions are important. And again, we're moving so fast a lot of times, and we're doing so many things that we forget to stop and reflect and ask the right questions. So one of the questions is, who do I need to stop sitting next to?
Ooh.
Who do I need to stop sitting next to that might be draining your energy, might be shrinking your vision, might be dousing your fire, right? Might be sabotaging you indirectly, directly or indirectly, right? So just ask yourself that very simple question, because remember, the next level of what we're looking for, which is what we're talking about this morning, is going to happen faster in the right environment rather than with the right information. Because if you have the right information, that's awesome. But if you're in the wrong environment, it's not going to be executed well. Right? So you got to be in the right environment. And that means you got to have the right people around you. Proximity does matter. And proximity actually can accelerate the transformation process of where you want to go. So that's the question. Who am I sitting next to? Who do I need to cut out of my life? Who do I need to spend less time with outside of just who am I looking for, right? Because remember, I've said this before, if you want to keep your dream alive, you got to hang around dreamers. You got to hang around the people that have a vibrant vision, people that are thinking big, right? You got to get around those people, because those people amplify your dreams. Those people encourage your dream. Those people push you towards your dream. And every next level is directly tied to a relationship, a community, or a mentor or coach, right? So just know that that's what it's about. So what room scares you? What environment scares you? And why are you not in that room yet?
Well, Jose, you are mind. Look at that. I got to say, what Monique said is, I've been 100 times. Can I speak? If I'm speaking, I'm not showing up. And I'm going to, if you're not speaking, you're not speaking. Because any room you go into, you should be speaking. Maybe you don't have the mic in your hand. You should be speaking to other people who are there.
That's right.
You. It's not about being on the stage sometimes. It's, you don't make connections at the stage. You never do. Nobody does. I've never seen anybody make a connection from the stage. Maybe somebody with you, but you don't know it till you get off stage and you have a conversation with somebody. So stop saying I'm gonna speak, otherwise I'm gonna be there, because yeah, you could speak and come to your our our stage are filled. Have speaking opportunities left and right. Show up, speak. If you show up with tape in your mouth, yeah, you're not going to speak. Not an event, not a host event, not a Lancelot's event, not a Moline event, not an anybody. You have to take the tape off and speak. But most importantly, you have to get these activated and listen.
Listen.
Yeah,
That's right.
Sifu, we are only as good as our most recent performance, right? And this is something I reiterate all the time. We're only as good as our last performance. Too many of us, and again, I always say us as many times as I can, but because we're all in it, right?
Right.
None of us have arrived. None of us have graduated from the the story of life and success, because it's a constant journey, and we have to keep rewriting our story. Right. But the problem is we're rereading our old chapters all the time.
Oh my goodness, that's so true.
And if you're rewriting your story, but you're rereading the old chapters all the time with the same people, it's hard to meet the new people. It's hard to have the new vision and the new dream and the new levels, because we're constantly living in the past. I can't tell you how many times when I talk to people, they're like, you know what I've done? Oh, I actually did that. Or I did this. I did that. And they focus on the past of their successes and their accolades, and they forget that the new level is going to require a new you.
Right.
It's going to require new accolades. It's going to require new achievements. It's going to require new people. So this is a really important point to consider.
Oh, I love that so much, because remember, each one of us are creators made in the image of the greatest creator. And there's so many times where fear, when we break it all down, why are we not taking advantage of what life is bringing us? Fear. Now, what I know about fear is it comes in different packages, right? There's that primal fear that can save your life, because that primal fear that says, oh, something's there about to happen, like in the wild, when we're like a deer in the woods. They have that primal fear that will save their lives, and we have that too as human beings. But there's also the fear that we bump up against when we are about to step into that next level. It's the fear that wants to keep you safe. It's that fear that's regulating you so that you stay small, because biologically, staying small is what keeps you safe. When you're in the herd and small and just like everybody else, you're less likely to be out in front where it's dangerous and scary and oh my God. But as leaders, we have to be able to feel that fear that wants to keep us small and be as bright and shiny as we can. It's not that the fear is going to go anywhere, but it's the indicator that we are just about to step into the most magnificent self we were always born to be.
Yes. And
I gotta
fear,
say, go ahead, Lancelot.
the acronym for fear is false events that appear real. So just remember that it's these events that you create and conjure up in your mind that make you fearful, and they're not real. They're not real at all. You just move past that fear and you'll be okay.
I gotta say, when Jose talked about somebody not being who they claim to be or anything in that nature, hey, people, you need to update old photos and not say that's who I am today, right? Do you know if you guys are actors and singers, and if you send out a picture for your next movie and you are, I don't know, 80 pounds weight now, and then you send a picture when you were 80 thinner, and then you show up for the audition, what do you think they're going to say? Who are you? Who are you? Because we're looking for that other person that the picture got. And I've gotten so many pictures from people who've been on movies, and then I see them online, and I'm like, well, you're totally different.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yes, and guess what? When before COVID, to go around the country, and I used seminars at all different kinds of martial arts schools. And I used to think that the instructors looked a certain way, and when I showed up, I was shocked at the overweight instructor who's trying to discipline, and you got to stick with all this kind of stuff. They was going to the pizza next to their business, the martial arts school, consistently. Meanwhile, I show up, I'm in better shape today than I was 5 years ago. I'm in better shape today than I was in my old. And if anybody saw just posted of me kicking over and all this stuff, oh my God, flexible. Guess what? It's called consistency, people. Consistency. So if your picture changes, because it changed. If you're using the same, I'm sorry, if you're using the picture, but you've changed, it's update. Rewrite the story you're telling. What do I say every time you ask me how I'm doing?
Getting better every day.
That's right.
Yeah, that's that getting better. That getting better every day is a Kaizen philosophy, right? 1% every day is we should always be looking to improve. And the good news is that you're competing with you. You're not competing with everybody around you, right? Too many of us are focused on the wrong things, right? And where your energy goes, where your focus goes, your energy flows, right? So if you're focused on the wrong things, then you're going to feel drained all the time because you're competing against people you shouldn't be competing against. You should be competing with you, right? And all you got to do is look in the mirror and ask yourselves, where do I need to improve? What needs to change? You know, what are the fears that I'm holding on to that are not real, right? The false evidence appearing real that was referenced by Lancelot earlier today. Like, these are the realities of our life. Is we are constantly, unfortunately, negotiating with our potential. We have to stop negotiating with our potential. I've said this before because I heard it from somebody, and I forget who, so forgive me if you are out there and you said it to me, and you're probably thinking right now, if you're watching this, oh my gosh, that's my line. Well, I'm giving you the credit, okay, whoever you are. But dreams aren't free. I'm sorry, dreams are free. Dreams are free. The discipline is sold separately, right? The hustle, that's the way I heard it. The hustle is sold separately. So the dreams are free. The hustle is sold separately. In this case, I like the word discipline better, right? Discipline is sold separately. So we all have dreams within us. Unfortunately, we tend to kind of diminish it over time. And the reason why we diminish our dreams over time internally is because we feel better about ourselves if we stop dreaming so big, because it doesn't come to fruition. And we're hanging around the wrong people that don't want to see us win at that level. because it makes them uncomfortable, like the crabs in a bucket that we've heard multiple times. I don't know. I've heard this crabs in a bucket reference like
1,000.
but in the last 6 months, I've heard it more than I've heard it ever in my life. Because why? I'm getting into a lot of the right rooms, right? So what conversations are you avoiding with yourself, right? What conversations are you avoiding with yourself that have the potential and could completely rewrite the trajectory of where you're going in your life, right? So again, the right questions, the right environment, these are the things that can change it all for you.
Yeah, I love it. By the way, Angeline to be in the room come December 6th and 7th. And Angeline, get to meet this beautiful young is here on the panel with us today. Monique, you're going to get to Angeline. I'm going to get Angeline for the first time. Salat's going to get to meet her first time. I don't know if Jose, but she's also in the city. And the reason conversations with her is CLA. And she always comes out shows and she's like, hi, how are you? And yes, she is so excited to be with you.
I'm looking forward to meeting you, Angelina.
Me too, Angelina. What a beautiful name, Angelina.
Angeline, but Angelina.
Oh, Angeline.
Oh, Angelina. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Don't worry, Angelina is just as beautiful of a name.
Oh,
That's right.
And you know, depends on what. Maybe one day she's Angeline, the next day she's because she's improved, you know, changing, adapting. One of the things I always say to people, what should I call you? Say what I like as long as you call me, because that's what I want. Just call me whatever you like. I will respond. Just don't call me Tom. That's not really my name.
Yeah. So what else? What else? Let's keep diving.
Who's coming? Who's going to bring us December 6th? And if you say, oh, I don't know, you already filled in all for speak. I'm like, that's not true. Come speak. Speak to everyone. Don't speak to one.
That's right. That's right.
I love having these kinds of events in the future. I know Jose and Sifu and Lancelot, you all have many events. Your lives are full. There's always something to be looking forward to about being in the room. But I don't know about all y'all, but I am feeling this sense of this mad dash to the end of the year, that everyone starts to feel like it's getting to be crunch time. And they are feeling a bit of apprehension or fear about locking in a date and saying, I'm going to be here at this time, at this place, because what if something else comes up? What I know as a creator and a performer, when you've made the date, you start to expand and grow in order to meet it. And so when you go all in and say, this is me, I'm going to be there at that date, at that time, it's like your soul starts to expand and grow into that moment. And even though you may not know what's actually going to happen, right? Like, you know, Lancelot, you and I, we're performing all the time and we have the date. We know kind of what we're going to do, what we're going to say, but in actuality, we don't know what's going to actually unfold in the moment. But the anticipation and the excitement of locking it in and saying yes to it, it's like our soul already grows in order to meet it. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Jose always says that you make the choice of being there and then you orchestrate backwards and figure out how you're going to get there. So right, Jose, you said you say, okay, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna figure out how to pay for it afterwards and how to get
So
there.
step one, unfortunately, people put like, out here somewhere, and step one is actually the commitment. Step
Yes.
one is saying, I'm going to be there. And then you reverse engineer the process of what the step is right before that being there, all the way down to what is the first step I got to do today to actually follow through on this commitment I've made. Right. But, the reality is that there is a lot of indecision out there in today's world. Right. There's too many people who lack decisiveness. And and if you lack the ability to make an executive decision, you are holding yourself back from your future best self. That is just a reality. Chapter 8 in Think and Grow Rich talks about decision, right? And a mentor of mine's, one of his action items for me of homework said, you need to read chapter 8, Think and Grow Rich Decision, and you have to read it 25 times. That one time, right? And I want you to read this chapter 25 times, right? And I've heard other versions of it. Somebody else said you need to read this 30 days, every single day for 30 days. Read the chapter Decision over and over and over for 30 days. And by the end of those 30 days, you're going to be a much more decisive person. And the reality is there's too many people out there in today's world that are just lacking the ability to make a decision. And by lacking the ability to make a decision, by default, you're making a decision. Unfortunately, you're making the wrong ones way too often. And that's just, and the more you make a better decision over time, right? Are you going to make some decisions if you make them quick? That was probably not the best decision. Yes, you will over time, and that's okay. But the key is you're training yourself and you're developing your gut, your instinct to know just by hearing and seeing something, this is for me or it's not for me. You will just know because you've made enough executive decisions over time to know where you failed and where it was successful. And you're going to then start to kind of know in advance, okay, based on my past, and it's going to be so fast, like the Matrix. It's going to be like a tape going backward. You're going to say, yes, I'm in. Or you're going to say, no, I'll have to pass on this one, because you already are kind of structured to make these strong decisions. So we have to train ourselves to have the ability to make executive decisions. And very seldomly are you going to go back and say that was a poor decision, because you now understand what it takes to make an executive decision, and you are really good at it, right? And I'm very fast. If somebody pitches me anything, I don't care what it is, you're going to get a fast yes, or you're going to get a fast no, but you're going to get it quick.
I got to say, if you my phone at 16 a.m., somebody to book my space, right? Because I have a space that people can book for the day. I have an event space. And 16, they probably just gonna just get somebody who will eventually reply back by 9 a.m. I replied back at 5:16. And I'm like, yeah, what day do you want it, right? Because it's about decision making. What I want to do is bring stage somebody who joined us, and it's never too late to Shiraz in with us. Shiraz, good morning.
Yay!
Good morning. Sorry about this. I'm traveling.
Good morning.
I got the time zones all mixed up, and I'm about to leave from here to London tonight. It's been crazy.
Happy to have you.
Well, welcome aboard, Shiraz.
Happy to be here. And I loved what I was just hearing with the conversation. And I saw Monique's face light up, because Monique and I are reading The Science of Getting Rich, chapters 4, 7, 11, and 14 over and over again for 90 days.
That's right.
Name of the book?
The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles.
Very, very deep learnings.
Oh, I love that Jose's looking at his library. It's there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Shazi, welcome.
Good to be here. Yeah. Sorry to get the time. I was on time in my mind. It's exactly in time.
That's the best to be, by the way. Your own mind, right? But sometimes you got to come out and say, "Oh, what time is it?"
Well, Shazi, where are you?
I'm in Toronto now. I just got back from the West Coast, and I'm heading out to London, England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's coming to New York because he's one of our speakers. Hello.
I am looking forward to it. I'm very excited.
I can tell you, if you've never heard Shiraz speak, you have to be there. Shiraz is a powerful speaker. He has literally shifted rooms in a way that only he can do. So you got to be there for sure. There's no question about it.
We're going to have some fun.
So Shiraz, I do have a question. Where will next Tuesday morning?
Next Tuesday morning, I will be back home, back in Toronto.
You can come back next morning. Set your timer.
Okay.
We'd love to have you on time. But listen, what I always say is, late is better than showing up. So, love that you're here with us. Love that you're going to be in with us. Love the fact that you shift spaces wherever, because anytime I've heard you speak, I speak and we do take note. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, there's Oliver. Hey, Oliver.
It is the same every Tuesday morning. We go on at 7 a.m. East time, and we go till about 8 o'clock. Sometimes we've got crazy and go overboard, but maybe today that'll be one of those days. If Sher's around for a little bit, Lancelot has a client coming up. Monique is going to chill out. I'll chill out for a little bit. I don't know. Jose has a million things. And by the way, I just the weekend with Jose and his children and his wife, and what an incredible time. And I cannot get a Jose that I'm going to be seeing him in 2 weeks, or is it next weekend? I don't know. I'm going to be seeing him very soon. And then, so the 29th, right? We're doing something, and tell us a little bit about that, Jose, because I don't know if everybody secured their spots, but they need to. And then let's go.
Let's go.
You're referring to the 29th event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because there's a lot of moving parts. I can tell you, there's so many events that we're all attached to here. I'm trying to keep in line what's what, but notice the common theme here is that there's an event all the time happening, right? Because we grow our business from event to event to event, whether you're hosting it or whether you're not, whether you're speaking or whether you're just attending, whatever the case is. But I go to events no matter what. But yeah, November 29th is called the Sales Surge Live, which is me and Scott Schilling, all about sales, one day, one topic, sales mastery. It's going to be fantastic here in only Maryland, Montgomery County. So details are on my website. They're on the on my social media pages. DM me for details, but it's going to be fantastic. And yes, we are drawing a great crowd. We're not looking to get 200 people in a room. This is going to be more of an intimate, hands-on type of stuff. I'm thinking maybe 25, 30 people. It's going to be fantastic. So, and Sifu, of course, you know, he always likes to attach himself to the good things in life. So he'll be there.
And Scott was actually speaking at my summit last week, and he had the audience riveted. Like, they were taking so many notes. They were so happy. Just his delivery was beautiful. You got to watch Scott speaking. You got to watch Jose speak.
So thank you, Shiraz. Scott, for those who don't know, I mean, the guy, he's been the guy that puts the guys, and not just men, but people in general, successful entrepreneurs. He's the one that highlights their names, right? So he's the behind the scenes guy who gets on stage and does the selling for these people. He sold over $35 million worth of products and services from stages with some of the biggest names like Zig Ziglar, Jack Canfield, John Maxwell. I mean, you name it, like all these big names. And that's who he is. So it's amazing how he's now a part of the CLA family. I've locked arms with him. I met him actually through Sifu Rafael. So thank you, Sifu, for that introduction. But I want to end on this side, at least for me, in terms of what we're talking about today. What I understand, right? If you go to this event on the 29th, or you go to the December 6th and 7th, which we'd love to see in New York City, or any other event, the one we just had this weekend at the Omni Bedford Springs Speaker Mastermind Live 2. I mean, there's enough opportunities out there. If you just look around, you look to your left, right, up, down, back, forward, it doesn't matter where you look, you're going to find an event you can plug into. Okay. And if you're in the CLA, then there's countless events you can look into, right? But we have to position ourselves to be in alignment with our future self. Okay. So position yourself to be in alignment by way of your words, your actions, how you show up, not your current self. We have to start behaving, believing, speaking, dressing, right? Deciding to be the person you're becoming. So you got to start doing these things as if it were, right? You're going to attract who you are and not who you want to be, right? So be the best that you can be today in order to get to the next version of what you're trying to do. Success is simply the catch-up process of the version, the identity of you that you already adopted. Okay. We have already accepted where we want to be and who we need to be. It's just a matter of you showing up every single day, catching up to that journey. But you got to do the work. You got to take the steps, right? What decision do I need to make today to be in alignment with who I need to be tomorrow? That's what are those decisions I need to make today? And sometimes it's going to require time investment. Sometimes it's going to require energy investment. Sometimes it's going to require financial investment. Sometimes it's going to require all three. But the question is, are you willing to sacrifice that in order to get to that next level? And if you're not, can I tell you something? When it comes back to, oh my gosh, I wish I was further along, do not point the finger anywhere else but at yourself, because we have to be willing to make those hard decisions and hard choices. And sometimes it's going to be convenient and it's going to be fantastic. And sometimes it's going to sting and it's going to hurt. But when you look back, hindsight is 20/20. You're going to say it was so worth it, and I'm glad I made that decision.
And if I could just piggyback on that, it's not just doing the things; it's feeling like you've got those accomplishments, because it's the thoughts plus the emotions that causes the rewiring of your neural pathways. It's what causes the attraction to come in from the universe. And if you're just like saying, oh, if I'm dressed up and I'm showing up at the event, maybe I'll be successful, that's far different from I'm ready to rock this place. This is how I'm showing up. This is who I am.
Amazing.
Bring the energy.
And you're also working on yourself every day. You're getting up and educating yourself. And it's three things. You got to work on yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. They're not separated. They're all a part of you. So, when you're trying to build, you work on yourself, on a daily basis. Mentally, you work on yourself, take care of your body, and you also work on yourself emotionally.
And as every athlete, every amazing, celebrated musician and artist knows, you have to warm up. You have to get ready every single day as though it's your best performance.
Absolutely.
I also want to, please accept my apologies if I did not personally invite the New York Experience. I have been reaching out to so many people. And if by any chance I missed you, this is me reaching to you today. This is reaching you if he did. Lancelot reached, didn't. I know Meek is reaching so many people, and Raz is out. So we did not get the chance to go to us now. Join us December 6th and 7th. Text 516-242-832. Just put in NYC, and guess who's going to reach out and touch you personally? I'm going to in a safe way so you don't get hurt, but you feel love, right? The proper, right? Because my fiance wouldn't have it any other. Think about this, right? If anyone did not personally invite you, it's because we're reaching out so many people. And some people, absolutely, why would I not? Then some people said, if I'm not going to be there. I'm like, really? I said, well, take off your mouth and start speaking. So let's get in the room, come join in person, and let your brightness shine others.
We can't wait to see you.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
All right. So we're going to stream here, but guess what? This is not the end. This is your call. Morning. See you guys next. Shiraz, you'll be with Suze, Monique. You'll join us. your time.
Thank
You
you.
guys got to have a beautiful, passionate rest of your.
Guys, great. Take care, guys. Good to see everybody.
Bye.
I see you
Yeah.
December 6th.
See you
See
December
you
6th.
there.
Last holla, home say it's cobalt. Turn it up, let's go. Turn it up, let's go. Let's go. No time to wait. Bass too loud and the vibe too great. Let's go. Full on fire. Every move hit like a live fire. Let's go. Step and go. No fear here, just hard to go. Let's go. Lights on blast. We don't hold back. We move fast. Hit the flow, we don't miss. Whole room lit like a first kiss. No cap, no stress, no chill.